If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the Open Doors, Open Minds YouTube channel. Don't forget to show your support by following us on Spotify and by following our social media platforms, links to which are in the description of this video.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Welcome to another Open Doors, Open Minds Give Back.
Ooh.
We've moved on.
We've moved on from Open Doors, Open Minds to Give Back. What's
Yep.
the Give Back mean?
Basically, we want people to donate, sponsor us, support us, follow us, so that we can give back to the community.
Yeah, see, he's not just a pretty face, look. But we also have a guest in the studio today.
We do. We have Kirsty from Helping Dogs and Cats.
We do.
Yeah.
He's like got all nervous.
Yeah.
I'm all shy now.
You've gone all shy. Okay, so explain about your CIC and what you do and how people can help you, really.
Okay, so obviously self-explanatory. We're a dog and cat rescue.
Yes.
We're a community interest company, so we actually give back into the community. We run Dog and Cat Food Bank. That's part of our give back. Trying to keep as many animals in their own homes. We found that was just as important as the rescue side of our, obviously, rescue. But we also take dogs, cats, rabbits, guinea pigs into rescue, rehabilitate them, get them medical attention. And when they are ready, not when we're ready, when they're ready, we rehome them. As we are all volunteer-based, we do work with a lot of people that want to get back onto the ladder to get themselves back into work. And that's where our community shop comes in.
Oh.
So we have a lot of volunteers in there that have been out of work for a while for different reasons. And they can go back in there, gain their confidence, and we can give them a glowing CV or recommendation, or can't remember what words are. And hopefully they can go on and get themselves a new job or decide that actually they would rather stay with us.
That's what you hope for. They stay with you, right?
Once they're trained up and they're fabulous, yeah. We don't like them leaving.
It's nice to get a little bit back in that respect.
It is. We've got a couple of people that they can't work continuously because they've got other problems going on.
Yep.
And this is their lifeline. This keeps them going. So, and that's why the shop's good, but also the fostering is good for people to keep them going and giving them something to wake up to. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's us.
That's you in a nutshell, right?
That's us.
And
in
how
a
can
nutshell.
people help you? Is there a website that they can go to, donate?
There is a website, Helping Dogs and Cats. If you just Google us, we're right at the top. They can go onto our website, they can donate. We're not government funded, so any donation goes towards our vet bills. At the moment, our vet bill stands at £7,500.
Whoa.
Yeah. So anybody that can donate to that, they can do that. We've got PayPal, we've got SumUp, there's direct debits.
So they can come regular givers if they want to?
Yeah, regular givers. We've got a lot of people that donate, but we've also got a cattery. You can sponsor a cattery, which gives you 24-hour access to watching what the cats are up to. So you can sponsor.
Is that on a video link, is it?
It is on a video link. I will say that you've got to remember it's live. So if I'm on there and I forget that I'm being recorded, you might catch me dancing in my Crocs. I was politely reminded on Christmas Day that I had a dressing gown, a Christmas dress and pink socks on.
Nice.
You completely forgot what you was doing. So
I
you was in your
did,
dressing gown
and
with pink Crocs on.
But it's nice to keep it real.
with pink Crocs on, sitting there with the cats, because the
Sorry. I could just imagine someone going, and I'm...
but I had pigtails and a Santa's hat on as well. It was
Festive.
2 bottles of wine down as well. So, you know,
Oh, that would have been a show just in itself.
yeah, it's probably still there on record. But yeah, you know, I've fallen over in front of it. It's just
So if you want to watch some fun at the same time, and it could be a complete mystery tour of what's about to happen.
You just don't know. But We're also looking for some builders
Okay.
because I need a roof to go over because I am fed up with getting wet whilst I'm cleaning out the guinea pigs and the rabbits. So if there's any lovely builders out there that want to build me a roof, we're looking for that. I had something else in my mind and I've forgotten.
Is it helping dogs, rescuing?
I don't know. We're looking for people to help in our shop. There's loads of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because we run the dog and cat food bank, if anybody's got any extra food, they can donate that as well. Goes back
Okay.
out. The other thing that we do as well is we support a local rescue with wildlife. So any food that is out of date, it can, as long as it's not too much, that goes back into helping the foxes, the hedgehogs. So we help all of those as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's your big event that you run each year?
That is Bark in the Park. It's a little bit earlier this year. That's the 31st of May. That's in Basingstoke Popley Fields open space. That is to bring all local businesses together and raise us some money. We do give free spaces away to local charities and whatnot, but businesses are welcome to come and advertise for a small pitch fee. We have a dog show, and that's normally sponsored by a vet, but we do ask that local businesses, if they even want to sponsor, we can do free advertising. We had over 1,000 people come through last year.
Oh, wow. That's quite a lot of people.
Yeah, real community.
So is
event.
there a fee on the gate?
Nope, it's all free. And people can come in. The local mayor comes, the local dog warden, she comes, and we have dance shows. So we're looking for dance shows that want to perform there and show off their clubs. Singers, anything. We want to make it bigger and better every year. So we do 3 events every year actually.
Okay.
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, we like a big event. And the next one actually is our Easter event, but we actually haven't got a date sorted for that. So, but we've just held Winter Wonderland, and obviously Santa comes to see the children, but more so the dogs. So we actually hold Santa Paws.
Santa Paws. It sounds like an interesting place to just go and visit sometimes. It's like, what was going on this week? Santa Paws. Explain what Santa Paws was, because besides you dancing around in Crocs in the dressing gown with pigtails, it would have been a whole different thing, right?
So Santa comes and sits in our grotto, and animals come and see Santa. And we also had a guinea pig called Kevin.
Kevin the guinea pig.
He booked in and he got his little treat from Santa and a little photo sat on Santa's knee.
I'm glad I didn't know about that because I would have been there all day with our dogs.
You would have been.
Yeah, Mel would have definitely been all over that.
She would have,
yeah.
And you can imagine what Zeke would have been wearing.
Yeah. Oh, he has his Christmas hat and everything anyway.
Yeah, because she did that on the walk and talks that we did.
He's got so many outfits, it's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
She's bought a lot of them from us.
He's got more outfits than I
So you're
got.
the one who's encouraging her to keep buying the outfits,
I
right?
don't. She doesn't need.
She doesn't need encouragement.
So obviously you can, there's a lot going on there. Obviously our podcast's about mental health. So what do, obviously for people that have got cats and dogs or even thinking about cats and dogs, what can an animal do to help you with your mental health?
When I was speaking at the beginning of the podcast, I said some of the people that, we work alongside, they have their own demons. Some of them have struggled with their mental health and they have fostered for us. And it has given them routine of getting back into getting up every day and having to do something for somebody else. It's given them a purpose. It's got them out walking where, some people are stuck in a rut and they're just not going out.
It gives them an actual reason to do it.
They have to get up because otherwise that dog or that cat's going to be looking at them saying, it's past dinner time. And it works. And one of the ladies that we have on board, she didn't ever go out.
Okay.
And she does go out now, and she goes out scanning because we've got scan angels. And if we've got animals that are lost, she will go out and she will scan them, and we can run it through the database and get them home
Oh, wow.
to their owners. But this lady, she didn't go out, but now she will.
It is difficult with mental health. We know so many people that can become confined to their four walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a safe space.
And that's why we do the walk and talk on a Wednesday. It's an opportunity for them to get out, but it's trying to convince them to.
I couldn't
So-
walk and talk.
With a dog, it's not an option. You've got to get out.
I can't breathe walking and talking.
Yeah, we don't walk at that high speed. You kind of like,
Baby steps.
most of the time we're stood there waiting, obviously, for other people to arrive or having a full-on conversation. Then we do the walk around, and then we end up having a conversation stood in the car park about what we're doing for the next one. It's a bit of a...
It's so important that, you know, some people don't realise that having an animal, that bit of company, you've got to also remember animals are therapeutic. So even just stroking them and receiving that love back, that is that's releasing your endorphins. And you know, you get so much from it. And it's the whole giving back, you know. We're volunteers, and we're saying that we're doing it just for love, but we're not. We're getting something back from it. We're getting the love from them back to us, and you never do something for nothing.
No, that is kind of in human nature, isn't it? In fairness?
But you know, we're not doing it because we want payment. We're not doing it because
It's not necessarily financial gain, is it?
It's what is that animal? What is this whole situation bringing back to us? And actually, some people, it's giving them their life back.
That's a whole different thing within itself, isn't it, really?
It is, yeah.
So if somebody wants to become a volunteer, they can come through to either come down.
Yeah, you can either come into if you're local to Basingstoke, you can come into our shop, which is at 4 Evans Lane in Basingstoke, RG21 7AS. Get that in there. Yeah. But you can give us a call. All of our information is on the website.
website.
Yeah, it's on there. We're on Facebook. I have just started TikTok. I am not very good at it.
Have you put your Christmas video on there yet?
That is not going on there.
I want to find this video. I think we're going to have to do a podcast just on that.
You are not going to find it. You've got a picture of Trent, our cat at the moment, and he got the catnip. And
Catnip? What's catnip?
Oh, that's
Feline crack.
It is, yeah.
A what?
Feline crack.
It is,
Feline crack.
I've never
They
known.
go mad for it.
They do. Yeah, he tipped the whole thing, and he was like, it was just funny, yeah.
So sorry, hang on a minute. We're getting cats high now. Is that what you just basically said?
It's actually legal, so
Yeah.
I was just about to say, do we need to edit that?
no, it's legal. They love it.
You can. A lot of cat toys that you buy have got catnip in it to attract them to it, so they pay.
Catnip.
Yeah.
Is that what it's actually called?
Yeah.
Catnip.
Yeah.
You can grow catnip. I grow it in the cattery. And again, Trent, he's a real character. He sits in the catnip that's growing, and he attacks the other cats that even think about going to sniff it and rub on it. And yeah, he won't. That's his catnip. It's real.
See, I'm sorry. I know obviously this is about mental health. So the cats. So does it? We must obviously do something. Obviously,
Yeah, it chills them out.
Does it? Is it like getting them stoned?
You'd have to ask Trent that.
I think we're going to have a video of in the dressing gown with the cat doing catnip.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously, going forward with what we do and everything like that, what obviously we've now worked out why you're doing what you're doing and the mental health side of it all. What for somebody right now that is struggling with like PTSD, what could a pet do for them? Obviously, I know there's only certain things that you can do with PTSD, but
If they are an animal lover and that they want to come on board, so the reason we started the fostering for people with mental health is that actually you might not be fully ready to commit by adopting. Obviously, the difference between fostering and adoption is fostering is not permanent
okay.
unless you're in Gareth's house
Yeah.
and you have
And you
a
don't
wife.
give them back again;
Yeah.
they end up staying there.
Yeah. Adoption, you adopt them, and once you've adopted, they are your responsibility. With fostering, it's a bit like a trial. to see whether or not you are at a stage where you are mentally ready for it.
Okay.
So people can come on board and, they can try fostering dogs or cats or rabbits or guinea pigs to see how well they do. The thing with fostering with us is we have a group of mentors, and they are there to support you. If no questions too small. If you want to ask them something, you've got a little group, or you can message them directly. We support everybody, whatever it is that they're worried about. If they want to come on board and try it, they can. There is also the option, if they do fall in love with that animal,
That they can.
they can adopt. If they are struggling, they can say, once this cat or this dog has gone to their forever home, I need a break. That's fine as well. Come back when you're ready.
Okay.
We're very, very flexible. We don't just have people with mental health. We have other people with other disabilities and things like that. Everybody's welcome. I myself have got my own disabilities. You pick it up and drop it when you're, what we do ask is, please don't, get yourself overwhelmed.
Yeah, my sister, this now makes sense with what my sister was saying. So she's adopted, she's got fibromyalgia,
Said it right.
but she can't have a dog permanently. So she fosters every now and then. Now it makes sense because obviously you must be supporting with the food, everything like that.
Yeah.
And obviously it's helping her because obviously she suffers with mental health as well because obviously she can't do stuff and it gives her a purpose. Now it's kind of making sense listening to why. Because I was like, Sophie, why would you do that to yourself being what you've got? And she's got MS. Is it MS, ME, fatigue, blah, 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 fibromyalgia. That one. But then obviously her kids love it. She at the moment she's got, I think it's crossed between a bulldog and a staff, and it's got something else. But it was on the streets originally. And it's called, I think he's called Cooper, and she's got him for a period of time, and she has to follow, like teach him how to sit, how to do paw, and this is this part of the garden. And then I was like, why would you do that to give it away? But now I just realised what our kids are doing as well. I've just realised they can adopt Cooper, but but I've now worked out because she was like, well, if we don't adopt him, do you want to adopt him? Because obviously I've had dogs. She'll get to see him. Now that makes sense of what's going on.
The other side of it is there is the financial situation. Some people that have mental health, they're not in work, so they are heavily funded by our government. So, they might not be able to afford vet bills.
Yep.
We can support them with food. We can give them everything that they need, but the vet bills are covered by us whilst they're in foster.
Oh, okay.
As soon as they adopt, obviously, they sign a waiver to say that they take all that over. But it gives them we can do this until the dog finds their forever home or the cat finds their forever home.
Oh, okay.
We can have a little bit of a break, and then when we're ready, we can do it again.
So do you do adoptions and fostering for guinea pigs?
Yes.
So you do that as well?
Yes.
So then wow.
And rabbits.
And rabbits?
Yes.
Well, people foster rabbits?
Yes. We've also got an African grey in at the minute.
Isn't that a parrot?
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought, hang on, I've heard that before. That's you've got a parrot, can it talk?
A little bit. It says, come on. Hurry up, basically, he wants his food.
So the parrot's telling you, stop dancing in your Crocs and give me my food.
I don't have him because the cats would eat him. Casper, his name is.
Casper the parrot.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to adopt Casper the parrot, he's up for adoption. But he will tell you when he's hungry.
And he stamps his feet and stuff. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does. Well, they're claws, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, true. That's very true.
So you guys are based in Basingstoke.
Yes.
How far afield do you go from there?
About 3 hours. So
That's way into here then.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
you-
even go down to like Dorset. The earlier part of. I don't do geography. Devon, sort of that sort of
On the
area.
border kind of
On the
thing.
border.
So anything 3 hours from home.
And there is a reason. Anywhere that we can get to within 3 hours, if that animal needs us to get there quickly, that is
When you say quickly, what do you mean?
my driving.
Okay, so if somebody has noticed, obviously because we had a conversation before, and obviously that's how you ended up with your dog, because obviously you had to go and rescue a load of puppies. So if somebody has seen that, they can just contact you and say, look, this is
Yep.
kind of...
Give us a call. We'll always help where we can. I mean, I'm desperate for fosters, for dogs and cats. I'm desperate. So at the moment, I can't take any more dogs in because I am desperate for fosters. But we will adopt dogs out within a 3-hour radius to Basingstoke because we do home checks. So what that looks like is we will go to their home, we check their house, we check their garden. If there's any security measures that need doing, obviously we advise them.
Yep.
But our fosters are in within 3 hours as well, so that if there was an emergency, we can go and get our animal back and bring them back to wherever we need.
So what is the ideal person to foster a dog, for example?
There is no ideal person because every situation is different.
Okay.
As long as they've got love and they're going to make sure that animal is their world and that they can give that animal their everything. Pick up the phone, speak to us, and we can have a conversation. We do get references. We're not, we don't just drag anybody in off the street. We will do references.
You will go around, do your checks, make
Absolutely,
sure you are who you say you're on the tin kind of thing.
We check your ID to make sure that you are who you say you are. But we've got an application form and it does ask if there's any medical needs. Be honest with us because it means that we can support you as much as you can support us. So
And you can also put the right animal with it.
absolutely, because
Yeah, because obviously my sister's, my youngest nephew, Archie, he... Obviously, this is a podcast, so obviously I hope my sister... Oh, well, it's my sister, but mind you. To his older brother and sister, he's like the youngest, so obviously he's not scared of dogs, but he's very wary of dogs in the sense of he's never been bitten, he's just one of them kids that's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah.
And most of the dog that they're fostering at the moment, what a lovely dog. His temperament is one of these people who just wants to sit on your lap and he cuddle. You can tell he's been neglected. He just wants love. But obviously, to look at him, you're like, oh, you're going to be a big lad. He's got the big paws. He's brown and white. But you can tell his mum's you got a bit of staff in there. You got a bit of bulldog. You've also got all the different bits in him. But for my older nephew and niece, sit. They say sit. He sits. He does all that. Archie, that he's picked up on, the youngest one, he's like, oh, you're a little bit scared of me. I'm going to play on that. And he runs at him and he just watches him. He makes Archie run off in the opposite direction. And I swear the dog gets a kick out of it. He's like,
they're not silly.
No, they're not silly.
We do assess it, as many of the dogs as possible. We do assess them in their own homes. But in some situations, it's an emergency and this dog needs out now. You can't always assess them, but it's that assessment period that is where we would make sure that we're putting the dogs and cats in the right places. But we speak to the potential fosterers, find out what it is that they want as well, because we want them to enjoy this experience, and the more that they enjoy it, the more they
my sister's definitely, she's loving. This is her problem because I think this is the second time she's done it. They fell in love obviously the first time around.
My way.
And I'm wondering if it's actually you that's done it, because she said it's a local charity, and obviously she used to live in Basingstoke. She's now in Mortimer, and the dog, they named the dog Cooper, and she's kept the Cooper. And I was like, nah, he looks like a Diesel. If I was going to have him, it would be Diesel. And obviously now look at him, it has to be a Cooper. He's such a lovely dog, but I think he must be about 14 weeks old now, 15 weeks. His mum, the mum, there was a litter of them, obviously a bit like what you've done. And obviously I was like, Sophie, what do you mean you've got another one? Why are you doing that? She said, come and see him. And obviously we were on about getting a pub. And she said he'd be ideal. Customers would fall in love with him. He'd have the best life ever. But he comes in there, he just comes running up to you. He's not scared, but I think that's obviously where he's been on the street.
Who's on about getting a pub?
I was on about...
We were looking at getting a pub.
We were, We're not going to.
That might be another conversation for us then.
Oh, a pub with dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? That could work really well.
I decided that I think I could be a fosterer. So I'll give you a call. Obviously, I've got no equipment. How does that work? Do I need to go and buy a dog bed and blankets and bowls and food?
No, we've got everything. We can supply literally blankets, beds, whatever. Most people go, oh no, I want to go out and buy it myself, because they want that experience of going out and buying all the stuff, but they don't have to. We've got everything in rescue, even down to slip leads, the lot.
Yeah, because is it a crate? She's got a crate for him
Yeah.
because he has to be. They've taught him to be crate trained for his safe space or
I
something
love
like
a
that.
crate.
Yes.
Especially in families. Crate is amazing.
You've got
Careful,
so
Gareth.
much knowledge over animals as well, haven't you? So, he's great to talk to.
The good thing with the crate is, my boys were young when we first started getting dogs.
I wondered
And
where you were going.
Very, very simple as if the dog goes in the crate, you leave it alone.
Yep.
End of. Mm-hmm. Under no circumstances do you need to go into that crate with that dog.
No, we did it with all of our dogs, as in if it was nighttime, we'd put the blanket over the front so he would know or she would know it was. And obviously the kids learned that, okay, leave him alone or leave her alone.
We do that with a parrot.
But
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Shush.
so obviously my boys are older now, so we don't have the crate. But my Staffy's she's 10 now, and if I put a crate up, she'll still go and get in it and lay down.
Yeah, all my dogs
not
loved
bothered
it.
by the crate at all. It's not a negative
No,
space.
it's not.
No, see, all of my dogs that I've had, including the English Mastiff that I had, loved it. It was their space. If they had had enough of the kids,
Yeah.
and the kids were taught never to go, they knew the kids wouldn't come and get them.
And this is key with families. So we get people ring up and they say, we want a child-friendly dog. Well, we actually want a dog-friendly child. It's not always the other way round.
Correct.
Because, the amount of people that have gone, this dog's aggressive because they've bitten my child. And when I've gone in,
What's the backstory to that?
I actually would have bitten your child as well.
I remember seeing, I think it was on Facebook a while ago, and there's a picture of a girl stood on top of the dog, a baby stood on top of
Is that a golden
dog,
retriever or something?
yeah. Dog bit my baby. Well, why is your baby stood on the dog?
Yeah.
But that was one of the things when I had an English Mastiff. Not that my English Mastiff, what a dog. He was the runt of the litter, but he only got to 15 stone. He was only a little baby. But we've got pictures of my daughter feeding him rusks through the baby gate. So obviously them two were always attached. She used to sleep on him, bits and pieces like that. But we taught her, once he goes to his crate, leave him alone.
It's boundaries both ways, isn't
You know.
it?
And even when she was, but his problem, he wouldn't have the boundary the other way around. If she was asleep, he'd try to get underneath her so he could be the pillow to lay on. But them two are thick and thieves. But I noticed early on, because he had the big ears, she would try to pull. He obviously put up with her, but that's not obviously way forward. But he would carry her everywhere. Even when I'd got a little bit drunk once and I leant over him and it took me. But they're very, very, very loyal dogs. And if you can get a child and a dog, they kind of creates a whole different bond. It's a whole different feel
This
for
is
them.
why animals, dogs in particular, they are sensitive if people aren't feeling very well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got somebody with mental health that's actually having a really bad day, that dog will actually sense it. So I had a major heart attack 4 years ago, and my dog knew it was coming before I did. I knew I didn't feel very well, and I knew I felt a little bit hot and flustered. She kept getting on my neck, and she just wouldn't get off me, and I kept picking her up, putting her down. She knew that something wasn't right. And when she does it now, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going
Please, no.
I'm on my way again.
yeah, I'm going to die. But she's done it a couple of times, and she knows that my heartbeat goes irregular. So animals are so attuned to the person that they're with. And even if people are having a bad day and they go, actually, do you know what? I can't walk the dog today. That dog normally has got so attuned to that person that actually they're not that bothered. They just want to look after.
Mm-hmm.
They can look after each other.
So basically, I need to push my sister in your direction.
You need to push.
I'm
them
surprised. I guarantee I'm going to ask her later. I'm going to ring her. Go out. Where? Because obviously Cooper obviously needs a forever home. She wants to keep him herself, and I'm like, Sophie, you can't. You're too unwell.
No, because she can't foster for me then.
She's how do I put it?
The problem is same with a lot of things. When she's up, she's fine.
Yeah.
But with the illnesses she got, could go halfway for a day, and she's not fine.
Yeah, because they've had, so obviously with the people that she fosters for, she said, well, when you go to a doctor and they charge you for the jabs and everything that they've done.
Okay.
I said, okay.
So there is, that's an adoption fee, but that's good practice because we don't want to be seeing dogs going out for free. But the other thing I was going to say about our rescue, just another thing that I've remembered, is our rescue. We do voluntary dog walkers. We've got. So if you've got, there is no criteria. If you are struggling and you can't walk your dogs, you can get in touch with us, because we've got volunteers most places, and we will come and walk the dogs without charging, so that the dog's not suffering, but also you're not getting that anxiety because
That
you're
you
not,
feel sorry, yeah.
because that you feel sorry because you're not walking your dog. So, you know, there are other things that we are giving back to the community. And if people go into hospital, because some people do, they need to go into hospital, we're there to help foster the dogs as well.
Win.
Winner, winner. Chicken
Winner.
dinner.
All good.
It's all good. So, we are nearly coming up. So, what I was going to suggest we did is at some point do video.
Yep, we'll come and do it live.
Come and do a live down there. What do you reckon?
Yep, come down and do a live.
We will not have pigtails and
No.
dressing gowns and
No,
Crocs on.
No.
We promise it will be very professional.
yeah.
But 2 out of 3 of us definitely won't have pigtails.
I don't know what you're on about.
I
Could I show you the bit that I need covered over so that my volunteers aren't getting cold and wet? And then
Yes.
we can potentially see if there's any builders that can build me a roof.
Yeah, we can do that on a live, and we see what builders we can get, so what we can do.
Love
So are you basically, when you say a roof, are you saying you've got the main building here and obviously the cattery there, and obviously you're walking between the two,
So
right?
we've got obviously the house, and down the side of the house we've got the cattery here. So it's only a 3-pen cattery, and a day room, and then we've got the outside open kitchen. So the cattery day room is all covered. Obviously the pens, they're all covered and insulated, and they've got the heating and everything else. Then we've got the guinea pigs and the rabbits.
Yeah.
I've got them under a gazebo at the moment. And I'm on my second gazebo already
Because of the weather.
weather,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically when they're out cleaning the rabbits, cleaning the guinea pigs, going to and from the kitchen to the cattery, they're getting wet and whinging about it. And when you're trying to put hay and straw in gale force winds into a rabbit hutch, makes a right old mess. So, and it's raining, and it's not ideal. So I just need like a little lean-to so I can put some lights up, because that's why I fell over, because I tripped over, because there's no lights out there apart from a torch. I would rather it was me than somebody else.
Yeah.
But it's only been up since August, and we've built what we can because we're in desperate need for fosters, and we run from this cattery, trap, neuter and lease for some of the strays as well.
Okay.
So, you know, it's a multi-working area, and we're trying to, I mean, it cost a fortune to make that cattery.
Yeah.
And I can't spend a fortune on wood to do the roof. So
So do you need material donated as well?
well, yeah, I don't want much, do I?
No, you don't want much. You want the material, someone to do it. Foster. No, but yeah,
Hey, you don't ask people, you don't get.
that's
Well, this
very
is
true.
it.
We found out in the
Yeah.
game we're in.
Yeah, I need help to be able to help back into the community, and if I can help you guys with it, you know, for homing your dogs and whatnot, I just ask for a little bit back.
Fair enough.
That's what it's all about.
I know.
Everybody giving back to everybody.
So what have we got coming up?
We've got lots coming up.
You got Bark in the Park coming up now.
Bark in the
Yes.
park. And if you ever want Father Christmas to your animal to sit with Father Christmas, that can be done as well. I
They
know
love
we're
it.
in January now, and obviously Christmas is already gone, but for the next one we'll obviously do some more awareness.
Yep.
We got coming up. We got Bark in the Park. Obviously we're going to have to go to that one.
We're
now,
going to go
aren't we?
back in the park. So
May the
we-
31st.
May the 31st.
Yeah.
So then
So
we're
we've
going to do a
got-
live there as well.
We've got. We're just about to put onto our website our airsoft day.
So anybody wants to do
Anybody
some
wants to
airsoft.
come and help us raise some money while running around the woods shooting each other?
Oh God.
We won't shoot
Yeah.
any cats, dogs or parrots
No.
or guinea pigs or rabbits.
No.
We've got our van pull.
Yep. We've got the van pull. We're pulling
So we're
from
pulling van
Reading.
Reading to Swindon.
You are a little bit too physical for my liking.
For my liking too. The last one nearly killed me. Did you ever hear about the Thames walk that we had to do?
We didn't have to do it. You volunteered us for it.
No, I'm
and then I
still trying to
finished.
find the radio show where he asked me to do it. I'm pretty sure he told me it was a 10K walk.
Okay.
So I expected to get there into a park. Obviously, we left early in the morning. We got a lift. And then realised this, hang on, this is a proper event. There's thousands of people there. What are we doing?
3,500 people at the start.
Yeah, but don't forget they'd already let off 3,500 before our time,
Right.
and then there was another 3,500 after us, and so to find out it was 100k walk from
slightly different.
London to Henley.
So we done, instead of couch to 5k, we done couch to 100k.
Well, put it this way, the first 5k nearly killed me off. I managed to get to 25k. My feet was mashed, blisters, toenails hanging off. In fairness, the organisation, the food, the organisation,
The hospitality
is great. It's the bit you think it's only walking. I managed to get halfway. I was hallucinating. I lost my way. I ended
That's
up.
the catnip.
Do you know what? I think if I had a load of cats, I could have got a sled. But it was bad. It was so bad.
You were not selling it to me anyway, so.
But obviously, it's to do with mental health. So, but what we've worked out, and anybody that's going to do the Thames Challenge, socks with no seams. Decent trainers don't just rock up like I did with just nothing. Do not go to the pub till 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, that don't work. Be prepared. Do some prepare. I prepared 30 seconds beforehand. I was in the social.
Did you know it was 100?
Of course he did.
I did. I listened to it.
Well, I'm
you
still
got stitched right up.
We were on the same radio show. They
right.
said they were doing 100k, and he's like, "Oh, we did that with you."
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. In fairness, I'm gonna. I said I got it, but take a speaker with music, because the more I realised, having the laugh and the crack, before you realise you could have done 10k. When we were having this, like the speaker on, and we're having the laugh, and he's playing music, there is actually a picture of where I'm struggling so badly. I think it was about 35k in.
Yeah.
You've got Gareth from I've got the rucksack on. He's got me behind marching me. Keep going, Scott. Keep going. And
How
then
long
they had
did it take you?
took me to get halfway from 7 in the morning, and this is, and I still hadn't got out of London by midnight. I had to walk to Henley. It felt like we were constantly in London, walking through everywhere.
Me and Cole completed it in just actual moving time, just over 24 hours.
Walking, 24 hours. I did, was it 86,000 steps? But I did get lost for nearly 9 miles in the wrong direction.
That's like me.
Yeah.
In fairness to me, when it goes dark, it's a bit different. From the daytimes are great. You can get through the daytime quite easy. But then they have these glow sticks with an arrow. Well, somebody at some point decided it would be funny to take one down. But obviously at this point, I'm falling further and further behind him and Carl. And then obviously I'm trying to find this. We've crossed a real busy road. I'm wandering, and all of a sudden I'm looking, there's no river here. And someone, obviously, looked at me and went, "You're part of the challenge thing, aren't you?" I was like, yeah, you're in the wrong direction. Took me back to where it was. And then bless the group of guys that obviously were coming in behind us, had obviously started later. He's like, "Mate, you don't look very well." And I was like,
I don't feel it.
and I'm literally just doing, ow.
I would have been crying.
He gave me a Lucasade thing. He gave me loads of this gel. So he's like, "Yeah, eat this," and kept me going. They rung through to the halfway mark. They sent people out. Said, "Right, stop. We'll send a car." I was like, "No, I've got to get halfway." Gareth and that were just literally, you've got to get the halfway point. I'll get to the halfway point, and I'm like, I was determined not to stop. I didn't have a fag, because I knew if I stopped, I wasn't starting again. The head torch was in my bag behind. I knew just not to stop to get the head torch out. My jacket, my jumper was in there. And so I carried on going. They were like, "Right, we're going to keep going, Scott. See you later, mate. We got your lift. Can we have the battery pack? Can we have this? I was like, "Bye, boys." I got lift home. I was in pieces for days. My toenails come off. It was so brutal. But
We raised some good money.
We did raise some good money. For every
Well done.
£100 that we raised, it's 2 hours worth of therapy.
Wow.
So we've raised quite a bit of money. So I'm determined to do it this year. Obviously, Carl and Gareth did it last year, so we're going to do it definitely. Then we're doing the Belgium
Don't
item.
ask me.
Brussels.
To
London to Brussels.
Belgium? Where did I get Belgium from? But we're pulling the van, apparently, Gareth's idea, from Reading fire stations, all the way to the different fire stations, all the way to the radio station in Swindon.
Why are you doing
Raise awareness. Raise money.
petrol?
It's going to be a green one because the engine won't be on.
the way our van's going, it won't be an option.
Yes, anybody watching, we're looking for either donate to us or give us a response vehicle, preferably a 4x4 one, because obviously between the water that's killed off my van, I've had to have that fixed again. The ripping off the exhaust with the water, hitting, obviously coming round to rescue somebody.
Well, it's very rarely we get called out to somebody's house to rescue them. It's normally a river or a train track or a woods or a field.
Yeah.
You need some sort of like Jeep thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of something like that. So if somebody wants to donate one or help us, we've got a GoFundMe page. We're on LinkedIn, on every platform possible. We're doing TikToks. We did a TikTok live yesterday.
First one.
I need to have a little
He had
look.
honestly, we raised, we didn't even mean to make money.
£1.79 we made.
Wow.
Honestly.
We don't know how.
How? I was going to say.
We'll show you. It's really weird. There was people sending gifts to him, putting cowboy hats on.
Cowboy hat on.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
We learned quite a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
But we know how to do it. We're going to do some of this live on TikTok at the same time because we've realised even helping you, so we can help ourselves at the same time as helping you because people can gift to you at the gift to us at the same time, which turns into money. Wow. Yeah, it's...
This is... Our generation, do you remember we used to actually talk to people and...
Yeah.
I mean, it makes us sound really old, doesn't it? In our early 20s.
The problem is technology changes so quickly.
Yeah, I get confused.
Honestly, if you did a TikTok live on your cats in the morning, you'll be surprised how many people want it, and they'll gift you.
Nobody, if I done a TikTok live, nobody would look on there again. I look like Wurzel Gummidge in the morning.
But what we found is people like reality. They like to see real life.
Right, I didn't realise you were recording this today. I look like a scarecrow. When you said that it was recording, I was like, oh my God.
You look like... No, you don't.
Anyway.
So this isn't your Sunday best then?
No, this is not. I don't have my Crocs on, so
You're winning.
I'm winning. I actually went out yesterday because I forgot that I had my Crocs on, and that's going. So again, if you are wearing Crocs, then you've hit that level of.
Do you want to say coolness just to make you feel?
I just don't really care anymore.
I would just like to point out that Scott here was really against Crocs until his feet were falling apart. He found a little bit of love for them then.
Yes, so 68 kilometres. I managed to get it halfway, but obviously you can tell I did an extra 18 kilometres in the wrong direction. But yeah, the Crocs was a lifesaver, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't get my trainers on.
Crocs are the way forward. I have them by my back door so I can just slide in, fall over, and then go and get on with my everyday. But actually, do you know what? I may look into this. If people really want me to do a TikTok live in the morning.
We'll do a TikTok live with you.
We'll do it with you.
We'll do it with you. We'll help you. You help us.
Can we log in together?
We'll show
So basically, you go onto TikTok, we'll be on TikTok,
and we invite you.
You'll watch our live, and we'll invite you.
And then you'll be live, we'll be live. They can see you.
We'll have a conversation.
It's going to be like
we can even have a battle on there, apparently. I watched one of them this morning.
Battle?
So I could be red team, you could be blue team. We see who gets the most gifts. The most gifts wins all the money. And it's people donating it. So which obviously we can do. The bit that I'm thinking now, your cattery that's live, why wouldn't you put it on TikTok live as well at the same time so people can just keep gifting all day, 24 hours a day?
How do I do that?
I'll show you after.
We'll sort it all out.
We'll sort it all out.
We're giving back to helping dogs and cats.
So people, come on, let's do TikTok before it gets banned in the UK like it did in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it actually been banned?
Nobody knows.
Oh,
it keeps saying it is. It ain't. Trump will come in and rescue it.
He
Trump
will do, yeah.
Trump will save the day.
Yeah.
Well,
Legend. But thank you very much for
thank you
coming
very much
on.
for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And obviously in the bottom below, Kai is going to put in the websites, all the links, everything like that.
Follow us on Facebook. You've got to follow us on Facebook.
And what's the Facebook? Just so people can have a look now.
Helping Dogs and Cats CIC.
Helping Dogs and Cats CIC. That's quite a little.
Yeah.
That is it.
So we're going to do that. Guys, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
We'll see you again soon.